And we're back. Welcome back, fellow gamers. Welcome back, fellow rumblers. Welcome back to the channel. And welcome to my live stream. And as you can see, this is not a gameplay live stream because it's on my other channel. I decided to separate my gameplay live streams to my, what can you call this? I guess reaction live streams, reacting to other creators content. Sounds weird, and it also sounds redundant, but I digress. Okay, so the thumbnail is, will Elon Musk buy D&D? I don't know, but I've seen this being posted on X, formerly Twitter. And before that, there were posts about X users kind of encouraging Elon Musk to buy MSNBC. Maybe he should buy CNN. Seriously, what I want him to buy is EA, Electronic Arts, because mostly of Ultima. I want someone to remake the Ultima series. The Ultima series, as much as I became a little bit less of a fan of Richard Garriott because of Shroud of the Avatar. No one can deny the impact of the Ultima series on gaming and the computer role-playing games genre. And in my opinion, it deserves a remake. Not a remake for the modern audience because no one is going to play that, but a remake to the general gaming audience, so that those who have never played the Ultima series can experience the game with new visuals. Not just the old retro style look of the original Ultima series. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one because it's related to the title of, or the thumbnail, or the whatever it is on the thumbnail. The wording on the thumbnail I'm using. It says here, this is from Bounding into Comics. Elon Musk buying Hasbro. New hope for D&D. Protect D&D. Elon Musk buying Hasbro. What does this mean? I don't know what it means.
So, you may have seen that Elon Musk is planning to buy Hasbro, or at the very least, scaring the bejesus out of the people that own it right now.
Nah, I think Elon Musk is trolling.
This is Dungeons and Dragons, the making of...
He knows if he tweeted something like that, it will...
Had its price last year for Black Friday, a whole 50% off. Usually it's
It will go viral.
What's the problem, though?
It will spread like
Apparently, in
fire.
there's a passage that degrades the creator of the game, Gary Gygax, the big G, if you will. And so, this is the passage that is lighting so many people's hearts on fire. Now, the judgment that's made on this passage is where the problem is, not what Mr. Gygax says here, okay? I want to make it abundantly clear, what you're about to hear is what Mr. Gygax said in response to someone seeking a spotlight, seeking a gotcha, okay? It is absolutely clear that most of what he's saying...
From how I understand this whole drama came about because someone from the current D&D or the current company
when lady folk joined our table.
disrespected the creator or founder of D&D, something like that.
To sort of,
I'm not a D&D player myself. The only D&D that I'm familiar with is Neverwinter Nights Online, the MMORPG that is published by Perfect World Entertainment.
right? I'm only saying all of this because I know how the comment section is going to react to what they hear here. And I want to make sure that it's abundantly clear, all right? I don't disagree with Mr. Gygax that D&D requires a special kind of lady. It's not somebody that can wander out of Starbucks with their Barbie pink getup on, having freshly watched Wicked, sitting down at the table and enjoying a grand old time between Kim Kardashian TikToks. All right? That's not the type of lady that shows up. Usually the type of lady that shows up is... well,
That's why in
what she has to say.
modern times, if you
Just in a
if you created an IP
writing in
and it becomes popular,
Gygax said this.
you don't sell it to a corporation
Sexist male chauvinist pig for the
because
D&D
they will.
it should be.
There's a chance that they would just destroy it.
On the female role, more non-gendered names and so forth.
Just look at all the
Were right and considered
popular IPs like
section
the Marvel Universe,
Tavern
Star
Wench,
Wars.
and the special magic part dealing with hags and crones. And I thought perhaps adding an appendix on
And even games,
girls and going,
popular games,
right, I
franchises are getting destroyed by the woke mind virus.
traditionally male and shower in the men's locker room. And it's kind of a flipperoo that happened. But anyway, back here. They can jolly well stay away from wargaming in droves for all I care. I've seen many a good wargame and wargamer spoiled thanks to the fairer sex. I'll detail that if anyone wishes. Now, you could see through in the middle here that when someone, pushed his buttons, he said, fine, I'll go through and I'll make sure there's a very specific place for women in D&D. And that is a very sarcastic statement to make. When you are playing adventurers, you will run across whores and tavern wenches. You will run across raping and pillaging. Yes, that's part of the original D&D adventure. That was hardcore fantasy. That was what happened in your fantasy books. Frank Frazetta made a career out of painting the scenes that were practically ripped from D&D tables. It's not that he copied D&D tables, but you take a look at those paintings and tell me that none of your adventures didn't look like that. You weren't fighting an ice panther with a nice lady that had a big old butt in the background waiting for you to split the thing in half. Yeah, that's what I thought. So, this is what the D&D book goes on to say. It says, just to summarize here, Gygax wrote misogyny into the D&D rules. When this was raised with him as an issue at the time, his response was to offer to put rules on rape and sex and sex slavery into D&D. And that's from the book, apparently. All right? Now, I don't own it. I don't care to own it. Doesn't interest me whatsoever. You have to understand, I'm not a purist about this stuff. I played D&D when I was in high school. I don't play it now. It's not that I don't want to. It's that I don't find that in my area there's a table of people that want to be serious about it and enjoy the game as opposed to trying to propagandize and virtue signal through the whole thing. That's why I left my table in high school, because even way back in the early 2000s, that stuff was starting to leak through. So I completely sympathize with what Mr. Gygax is saying here from the way back days, because he was absolutely right. And I'm sorry that you may feel differently about this. As I said, there's a particular type of lady person that finds themselves at the D&D table. It's not every lady person you run into that's going to enjoy that or be able to compute what's happening at the table. It's just, again, You go and sit through Wicked. You're not going to have a good time. If you're not into musicals, you're not into hot pink, you're not going to have a good time. Sorry. It's just the way it goes. It's not that it's evil. It's just we have to accept that if Wicked isn't made for men, right? Maybe D&D is made for a specific type of person, both male and female. And let's try to stop pounding it down into an amorphous blob so that everybody can see themselves in it. Maybe they just make a character and have a great time. Maybe that character doesn't look a damn thing like them. Maybe it doesn't represent them at all. I played many characters that have nothing to do with my real life. I only wanted to play them because they had the ability to do the thing that looked
That's why it's called role-playing. You take on a role of a character, not yourself.
We gotta make sure that
Because if you're just playing yourself, then
some kind of
it's not role-playing anymore. It's just you.
make sure that the hobbits have their role inside the army too. We don't want any discrimination there. It's like, it's not worth it. The halflings putting in arm, not worth it. Just don't bother. That kind of stuff. It's that whole attitude that gets lost in this modern gaming realm. Where we have
There's nothing wrong in making games for certain audience,
this realm. And
and there's also nothing wrong in not buying those games that are made for certain audience.
it's like a Saiyan style character.
It goes both ways.
It was the one where the wizards had all died off, but their magic was still around, right? It had like it would transform people randomly, and the people left behind were like, they were more like science folk, and they were trying to figure out the magic, and they're trying to scientify the magic, but it kept failing and stuff. In that realm, there was a guy there was a species that had the ability to, they carried giant swords, and it was sort of like if your father had a sword, he inscribed his like history on it, and so they passed it down, so they had these swords that had like their ancestry on them. And my character was like the child of one of those characters and like some ice witch. So like he had the ability to transform into like an ice super saiyan with his giant berserk sword. And what do you know? I don't transform into like an ice demon with a giant berserk sword. What do you know?
No one does. In real life, no one transforms. As much as they want to transform themselves into the other sex, it's not gonna happen.
Because you want to know why? Nobody was trying to sit around and figure out the political
Of course, if it's in a fantasy setting,
things to pieces with lightning bolts and fireballs. Slicing stuff to pieces with
go do it.
swords.
There's nothing stopping anyone.
And that's
It's in a fantasy setting.
why Elon Musk
But
is
if
Hasbro.
if it's in the real world,
But
yeah, unfortunately,
what did Gary got
transforming
about this? This is Heidi Gygax Garland.
is not possible.
This is what she had to say.
You can change
Guy that went and saw that everybody
You can change
over what was happening
as much as you can with your physical look
before. There should not be
through surgeries and drugs,
the beginning.
but
And dragons. It shouldn't even be in anything.
the core of yourself,
You want him to come back to life and write an apology letter, go on an apology tour with a bunch of strings pulling in?
it doesn't change.
I don't know the point of this. I don't understand, like, spitting on the grave of a dead man. He wasn't a dictator. He didn't hurt anybody. Quite obviously. So there's no point in reviling him and making him this horrible person. You might as well celebrate the guy. He changed what like, fantasy is, really. He made it more accessible than it had been before. But I digress. This is what Heidi had to say about her father. She says, regarding the post by Ben Wiggs, D&D co-creator Gary Gygax was sexist. In my opinion, much seems to be taken out of context and pieced together. I cannot verify the sources, although I truly believe they are incomplete and or incorrect. I think Frank Mentzer states his insights on this eloquently. My apologies. As for my perspective, I do not believe my father was racist or misogynistic. Was he sexist? He was born in 1938 to a father born in the 1800s and 1880s rather, and a mother born in 1906. He was raised in a traditional Anglo-Saxon Protestant family with traditional biblical family values where the male was the head of the household. In my adult opinion, yes, this is sexist and doesn't hold up to our more enlightened standards. Yet, he was a loving father and husband who valued all of his children and his wife. All three of his daughters played D&D with him at some point, but I happen to be the only one who still plays. In short, he wasn't perfect, but he was far from all the negative accusations that are resurfacing, and I'm extremely proud as a strong, independent female to have E. Gary Gygax as my father and my family legacy. So you have it from somebody who lived and breathed him when he wasn't his best, right? When he was in bad moods, when he was tired, when he was, overwhelmed and overworked. When all of the bad things about him could have come out, right? Could have been completely laid bare. No. The guy was just brought up in a time period where things worked a certain way. My father was born in 1929. He had a different perspective on it. He was 60 years old when I was born, so he'd seen a lot. He'd seen the world change. By the time I came along, women's suffrage had, of course, when he was born, but women's suffrage had set in, and then the bra burners had come along and made sure that everybody was getting equal pay, and things were going pretty smoothly. In fact, his relationship with my mother in the home until, they passed on, they were very much in love with one another. They were equals. They built a car together, all right? And what I'm telling you that about, right, is that even as old men, right, even as men born in the age of the Great Depression here in the USA, I don't think the time period defines that. I think Gary probably had just an average view of things.
They're also forgetting that
100-pound
those are the same men who fought wars
first go.
so that they could post stupid shit
Male in that time period,
in social media websites.
there's a lot of heavy lifting you had to do. They were still crawling.
Imagine this. Imagine if in World War II the Nazis won.
When he was older up.
Yeah, they won't be posting shit in social media.
Atmosphere was happening, this sort of American Renaissance where they were reviewing
And now they're calling all those men
and building up what
bad things
position rather
without even understanding
to the Gary
the environment, the context
really nothing different
that they
than I are.
lived through.
Just expressed it in the sense that on its face, as he was witnessing it, women in a wargaming scenario do not help the men. Now, I know that sucks.
Even today, if war breaks out today,
It's not that women are bad or evil or whatever, right? It's just that
it'll be men that will be fighting in the front lines.
in the comments, if you want, be mad at me.
How is that even fair?
Championship
They would say that men
in his
are stronger and faster. That's why they're in the front lines. But
okay?
what happened to equality?
They will undoubtedly not match with their lifting capability. Not even close. Not even close. All right? And that's
If the West, if modern
the problem with
weapons
gender males
or weapons of mass destructions doesn't exist, and modern war is fought by
the person
foot soldiers,
positive for mixed chromosomes yet express
uh,
male genitalia.
I'm pretty sure
That person
no one will
and completely
no army will put women in the front lines.
Olympic candidate. So this is what we're looking at, right? This is what Gary's referring to, the reality of it, okay? And in this moment, when he was responding to that spotlight seeker, guess what? He made a sarcastic comment that now these dweebs have decided defines Gary Gygax, all right? So this comes from Jason Tondro, all right? So he's over there. He's the one behind this book, that kind of thing. And so he gets asked a question about this, all right? He gets asked a question by Aaron David Lewis. And Aaron asks, out of curiosity, did your team foresee any blowback to your comments potentially? That is, attention from Musk was unpredictable was as unpredictable as it is ludicrous, but was there any sense in advance that this would rub some portion of the fandom the wrong way? So, Jason Tondro, the guy that's behind this book, says, in the book's early development, the marketing team asked me what sort of critiques we should expect and prepare for. And I and the editors agreed the problem was going to be from progressives and people from underrepresented groups who justly took offense to the language of the original D&D. So what he's trying to explain here is that we didn't expect that the chuds, or as he calls them, the grognards. We'll find out. I'll just read it. I didn't write the preface until late, and I wrote it to address these concerns. It never occurred to me that I'd rouse the ire of the grognards. Yeah, that's an adult that says that, by the way. It's obvious now that I look back on it, but I just don't take those critiques seriously even now. I consider those people not worth listening to. So I didn't.
There you go.
So there you have it. All right.
Their fans are not worth listening to. There you go, guys. They hate you.
Disagree with
They hate you.
as an evil man, right?
Are you still going to give them your money? Come on.
Like that we don't
Stop giving them your money.
dead man.
Because the only thing they will listen to is money.
These people practice in the kind of circles that they go in. Oh, it's
Once
predictable and ludicrous.
once money stops coming in,
Must have a problem. Any
they'll eventually change their ways.
right up.
They'll realize, I guess we were wrong. I guess it's bad to antagonize our customers.
As though Elon Musk is too old to be playing D&D, right? He shouldn't concern himself with such things. He's old. And then these adults are running around calling other people grognards in real life. Like, that's just...
I have no idea what a grognard is, but it sounds derogatory.
Gygax is sexist.
Maybe it is.
Undesirables, apparently. You gotta throw some...
There you go. You are undesirable. If you are a D&D player,
Using gaming language
look at that.
outside of gaming is always...
They're calling you undesirable. I'm pretty sure there are a bunch of other board games that, or fantasy board games that you can play out there besides D&D. Why not go and play those instead? Maybe
They were kind of doing...
maybe the other ones are even better.
stupid. It was just...
And even if they're not, at least
It's fine.
look for something that respect you as a customer.
A word that's able to be said on broadcast television.
Don't be a simp.
This is what you're dealing with. The grognards! Yeah, those grognards! They don't understand. We don't care about the grognards.
Don't be a simp.
Not the grognard. I don't know. You'll have to let me know down in the comments what you think about this, but just so you know, this is who you're dealing with, all right? This is Tondro right here, the fellow that accuses Gygax of being bad. And of course, Elon was in a bad mood, and he decided to go toe-to-toe with PC Gamer and take them out. As PC Gamer tried to smear him, they say Elon Musk says too many game studios are owned by giant corporations. So his giant corporation is going to start a studio to make games great again. And Elon says, who owns you? Where's your parents? I'm calling CPS. Who owns you? PC Gamer used to be great, but you turned into unreadable crap for several years.
Yep.
I mean,
Back in the day, I used to have
believe him that he's going
PC game, PC Games magazine or they used to have physical magazines.
You get a media company, it has all these different properties that are related to American propaganda, right? Transformers, G.I. Joe,
Now there's no point in going to their websites to read articles because
don't like the political climate that creates, right? So Elon buys that, revitalizes
they don't write anything good.
the intent behind them, nothing new, right? And here we are with a renaissance.
And if you're interested in what they're writing, all you have to do is go and look for your
Trying to virtue
favorite content creator and just watch them instead. Just give them your views. Don't give those people that hate you any views.
presented in the comments. I look forward to all the great things everybody has to say that I'm sure are going to be the tippity top of intellectual philosophical discussion in a YouTube comment section. Good luck.
It's still mind-boggling that these companies from gaming to other entertainment media It's mind-boggling that they're going around hating their customers. And again, you have the power. If they don't like you, then you don't have to give them your money. Okay, let's go check this one out. Dragon Age, the Veilguard broke him. So I've watched the review of Angry Joe. It was like almost an hour, but this reaction is only like 12 minutes. My guess is Asmon Ball did not watch the entire thing.
Angry Joe gave Dragon Age the Veilguard a 3 out of 10.
It's finally done.
So it hurt him, bro. He got hurt from this game. Damn, that's fucked up.
Thank you for your patience, guys. This one really hurt me mentally and physically. I did not want to play this. I didn't want to finish it, and we got it through.
Wow.
So hopefully you guys enjoy. Thank you for supporting the show. Thank you to our sponsors, G Fuel, for definitely helping me get through this game. The link's down below for a % off discount over the holidays. Pick a tub up. That's all they like to do is show shoulder. Oh my God, how scandalous! Ooh, a little shoulder there.
I want to see the rating.
The most you'll get, though.
Let's get the
is
rating.
A Tosh butt. Butt cheeks. That's what this version of Dragon Age is.
Not suggesting
butt
we
cheeks.
venture into mutual domesticity.
Sexy growls, sometimes little bits of fire and love bites.
That sounds really great to me. Yes, please.
The final verdict for Dragon Age The Veilguard is a 3 out of 10. This is below average for a Dragon Age. There are a few good bits here and there.
Damn, so he actually did.
I guess the lighting looks great. The hair, impressive. There's some cool vistas.
What does hair got anything to do with gameplay?
The heavy lifting here.
I do see all the dark spawn. Cool.
Look how realistic the hair is on the character. Oh, come on.
Some of the best parts.
No one cares about hair.
And I think I actually like Dragon Age as a franchise less now. It's done damage to the license, in my opinion. And I'm not sure I'd be excited about another one.
So, they'd have to create a dagger of their own.
Who cares?
But they too lost this one. And they also had to create another one.
They had to make another dagger
of their own.
Oh, get me out of here. And apparently BioWare feels the same, because there is absolutely no DLC coming for this game. They are done with it. They're already moving on.
Thank you. I feel like that's what a lot of people want. Also, like, I'm gonna be real. When I heard there was like rumors that this game was supposed to be like a live service game, everything about the game made a lot more sense. Because the game doesn't play like a single player game. It plays like a session-based live service like looter shooter game. That's the way it really plays like. So yeah, I feel like they totally fucked up.
Tells you something right there. But scary enough, they're moving on to
Mass Effect.
But scary enough, they're moving on to Mass Effect.
Ooh.
And I'm worried that they're going to destroy that franchise next.
They probably will. Why would they not?
Only time will tell. I hope.
I need to play this Mass Effect game. They say it's good.
BioWare ever. Actually, I don't even forgive them for making me like Dragon Age less now. So.
And no, I'm not going to pirate it.
Biggest disappointments of the year for me.
So
I couldn't even pretend.
Pirating game is
Let me know.
not good for your system.
Dragon Age
I'm not saying that it's
was a masterpiece. And
good, but it's not good for your system.
played. And if you think that
Because those
better job
that are available online, they come with something else. So be very careful when you are pirating games or when you're downloading
I'll see
illegal copies of games, because
Angry Joe.
number one,
Man.
just buy them. Just wait for a sale. Wait for a 90% off, so you could get the games cheap. And number two, again, they come with something extra, and you don't want that something extra to get into your
boss.
operating system. It will mess it up
Unfun boss
bad.
I've done to my wife. I hated this shit so much. It's absolute trash. Watch the whole thing. No, I can't watch the whole thing. We got too many other things to look at today.
Yep. Okay, so that explained why the reaction is only 12 minutes, because he didn't watch the entire video.
1344. Okay.
I picked a warrior, and goddamn,
Yes. Yes. It's so fucking bad. Oh my god. Holy.
Sometimes Asmon Gold is inconsistent. He says he fucking hated it. It's so effing bad, but he gave the game like 6 out of 10.
branching tree progression that unlocks more abilities. But if you pick anything other than the normal difficulty, like hard or harder, you're gonna be tearing your
Again, I'm just watching the guy for entertainment value.
enemies are in the game.
Yep.
And how much they
Also, sometimes he do say some good things,
Just knock him off there.
or
This part was easy.
some of the things he say does or do make sense from time to time. But again, he sometimes says what do you call this? Dumb shit.
Not as fun as it should be. It looks
Dumb shits. Because there are many, so it's dumb shits.
they are simply not fun to fight.
No, go to the spider. I thought this guy was fine, by the way. This boss is fine.
So in this one,
No, go. Go.
Defeat.
No.
what's happening? I think
No, he not showing it.
What?
He not showing it.
My
okay. So Asmongold is I guess jumping
This game did
through
so.
the sick bar.
6 out of 10 game. Like, so Joe, Angry Joe is probably coming at it from like the perspective of somebody who's like a fan of the series. 1830? No.
combat is a joke. The boss fights are so frustrating. The attack patterns of them are pathetic.
Oh, what? And then he's gonna go over to here, and then, oh my god! And then he does it again! Oh! And then there's two of them. What? It's literally this for 30 minutes. Yep.
what the fuck is
And
that?
oh, there you go. That's right. That's right. See, you think it's over. This is phase 2. There's 3 phases.
So basically, the snake-like thing only has one pattern.
No, you're not even halfway done. You're not even halfway to go.
It only has one, or it only had.
This fight is so fucking
It
good.
only had one pattern, and now there are 2 of them.
They know.
And my guess is
that after you kill the first one, you just respawn and fight the two of them at the same
both snakes or whatever that is.
Took another 30 minutes.
Both of them had the same pattern. And now there are three of them. All of them having the same patterns. Okay. Just one pattern. And that is lunging forward, and that's it. Lunging forward.
Well-known and beloved characters show up.
Oh man.
Anyway, let's see what this is about. Microsoft is 100% effed. Okay, this is a clip. So he has like, again, he has like two different channels here. One is, I guess you can say highlights because they are longer. And then we have clips that are 1 to 2 or 3 minutes long. I'm not sure. I guess he owns both channel. I could be wrong though. Maybe someone else is doing all this.
Based on recent news, if you were rejected from an art position at Obsidian in the past few years, call a lawyer. Discrimination in hiring, especially for a Microsoft studio, can ensure that you don't need to apply for a job.
Imagine that.
So now people are talking about suing Microsoft because that dumbass wanted to start talking shit.
Context. Chris is one of the absolute OGs at Obsidian, having worked as a writer and designer on Fallout 2, Fallout New Vegas and Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. And now he's also calling out the Obsidian's avowed art director that said this.
Reminder to black artists out there who are looking for portfolio reviews or job advice, my DMs are open and you will always have my priority. We got too many crusty white dudes in this field. Please let me help you replace me one day. It shouldn't cost you a cent to initiate legal action. The lawyers will know what the case is worth and they'll do the heavy lifting. As soon as they know what pieces are in play, they're gonna do this shit for free because they know they're gonna be getting money out of it. This has nothing
Yep, if it's a surefire win.
Discrimination for any reason isn't something the industry should tolerate. I hope you agree. The insanity is this will have you portrayed as right-wing over this. I don't have wings, I just hate discrimination in hiring over a person's skills. Everybody is supporting this guy. It's so funny for me to
Doing the right thing is not always
tied up in litigation for decades.
right-wing. It doesn't make you right-wing or any...
So if you were Microsoft,
any wing.
would you want to have a lawsuit that's going to be covered in the news for 10 years, or would you rather just fire the people that were involved?
Or any wings. I'm sorry about that.
I would do that immediately if I was Microsoft. I'd immediately, bro, I would kick this dude to the curb and be like, yeah, bro, like, I don't know what you were thinking. See ya. Oh, yeah. So the guy, I forgot about this. He deleted his Twitter. So he had to delete his whole Twitter because he was worried about getting called out.
What's the point of deleting his Twitter when he also posted the same thing in Dark Sky?
He's stupid and he's acting out of panic. That's the reason why he's doing it.
Okay, let's see. Stop paying attention to Lucasfilm. Avowed previews are lying to you. Pick a platform. Really? Okay, I'm not familiar with this channel. Let's see what the guy has to say or had to say about Avowed. By the way, I'm no longer excited for this game. I was really excited when I first saw the previews, but not anymore. Not anymore, because it's not a game made for me. It's not a game made for me. It's as a non-LGBTQ plus person, this game is for the LGBTQ plus audience. So I'll just be wasting money buying this thing, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to enjoy it. It's the same as I guess what do you call this? Watching a soap not a soap opera, but an opera. What's the point of me watching opera when I don't like it? It's not for me. Of course, soap operas are a different thing.
Hello YouTube, my name is Plazukas, and this is Pick a Platform. Today's topic is going to be on previews. For example, this clip from Easy Allies doing a preview that wasn't no more than a couple months before the actual game released.
Jealous of that.
Called Anthem.
Yeah, that's right.
I got a lot to say, but I really enjoyed it, but considering it was co-op, you know, we're very courteous when we go to these events.
Yes.
So we finished that, and like the first thing I wonder is I look over at Brad, did Brad like it?
Mm-hmm.
Did you like it?
I liked it. I liked it, Jones. I liked it more than I thought I was gonna like it.
Tell me what you liked.
The control of the suit is super intuitive and feels really natural piloting this thing. Like they were telling us like how to do it, like, oh, you can hover with this and you can fly with that, and you just like got it instantly. Like was
If you listen really closely, you can see what Brad actually focused on, which was the suit and stuff like that, right? Not the gameplay stuff. What media is trying to do is highlight the best parts of a game to spin the narrative. Now, it doesn't always mean they're doing that knowingly or on purpose. Sometimes they're just excited. They get these previews early, and they're video gamers. They're people that love this hobby, and therefore things just happen naturally, and companies are able to, you know, manipulate the situation, such as Redfall's preview or a Valve's preview or a Dragon Age Veilguard's preview that give you a segment of the thing, and then when you actually get the real game, which is like a 20-hour romp. It's not indicative of the final product. But here's what Easy Allies said once it was released to give you some comparison as to where they stand from their overall perspective.
We could see ourselves one day returning to this fascinating place, but we have no problem leaving our javelins in the forge for now.
You are a calculating and hard person, and I must respect that. Okay.
I believe this game failed.
As you can see, they give it a 6 out of 10, which is not a glowing score. Not something that you would say or be high on. But that's the difference between a preview and an actual release or review. And this is just one example of many examples that I want to, you know, highlight. Here's an example of Dragon Age Veilguard, a game that Mr. Maddie played early, a devoted BioWare fan.
I believe Mr. Maddie Plays was also excited for Avowed. Could be wrong.
The Veilguard. This was a preview of that event, so watch this here as an example.
Congratulations, everybody. It is Maddie here today, and as a lifelong BioWare fan, it's been a bumpy road.
By the way, I stopped watching this guy.
For many people, the decline began with Mass Effect 3, but I adore that game from top to bottom. And it really started for me with Dragon Age Inquisition with what we call the Hinterlands problems and just the game's excessive bloat. From there on, it would be games like Mass Effect Andromeda that I would approach with a cautious level of optimism, only to be let down by the thing I know BioWare best for, which is the writing. And then Anthem, as we all know, felt like a step in the wrong direction for this single-player RPG studio. When we heard rumors of the next Dragon Age game being multiplayer only, like many of you, I was holding my breath that they would switch directions. When it was confirmed they did, that was exciting, but how much of the multiplayer game was I going to feel in this new game that would eventually come out? Dragon Age The Veilguard has been in development for a long while, so it was really nice of BioWare to say, hey, when you come play this game for the first time, Maddie, you get to play 6 hours of it. And that is the most I have ever experienced in any preview, and I've been doing this a long while. We're lucky if we get 2 to 3 hours. 4 is really pushing it. 6 is unheard of. All this content was hosted across Act 1. There are 3 acts in the game. I got to play 5 sections in the prologue. I got to explore the crossroads and recruit Lucanus, who is one of the game's companions. I got to see choice and consequence on full display by making a big choice, then also loading both save files to see the repercussions of said choice. And then I got to play the assault on Weishaupt. This not only let me see a surprising amount of the story, companion interactions, and consequences of my choices, but I also got to dive into the combat of the game, both in the low levels and the highest levels. The combat really does feel like a culmination of every BioWare game ever before, including Anthem, and I just can't put into words how relieved I am stepping away from this preview. I'm also really happy to say that thus far, at least, there are no remnants of the original multiplayer approach to this game whatsoever. Surely I did have my nitpicks at times, but I really do feel like we are building up to the BioWare is back moment we've all been waiting for. That's especially if Acts 2 and 3 can deliver on what I experienced in Act 1. I did travel to San Francisco to play Dragon Age: The Veilguard. To be transparent, EA did pay for my flight and my stay while I was out there.
As you can see there, another rosy picture of a gamer preview.
Again, they don't say anything
He's never actually had a chance to play
extremely
and then
negative to anything.
There's no easy way to start this review. There are fantasy options aplenty. Metaphor Refantasio. Elden Ring just got its Shadow of the Erdtree expansion earlier this year. There was also Dragon's Dogma 2. And right now, AAA gaming is going through a massive, massive change.
The TLDR is that Matty was not impressed. Actually, he was appalled. And he basically said this is not a BioWare game, in that they failed on almost every element other than a few.
Maybe they forgot to send him the check.
Preview event that was rosy and then was bad. Now let's go to Redfall. So here's Redfall from the Kind of Funny folks who did a preview of Redfall before it was released, and here's a snippet of their overall preview of this game, Redfall, before it was released.
All things Redfall. We have gone hands-on. Now for everybody out there, it was about 2 weeks ago, so memories might be a little fuzzy, but it's going to be a ton of fun to talk about it. Paris, I want to start with you, and I want to go around the table of course, our first impressions, what we thought of going hands-on with this, but most importantly, Paris, we finally have a definitive answer what this game is, because of course we talked about it on the XCast. Is it Borderlands? Is it Left 4 Dead? Oh, it's Far Cry. What is it? So Paris, in your best quick description, what the heck is Redfall for people who are still questioning it?
Redfall is definitely more Far Cry than anything of all the comparisons that we made. It is obviously a 4-player co-op open world experience. You're hunting down vampires, you're taking down certain objectives. The 4 characters have their own unique special abilities that they have. There's various weapon drops that you'll be able to pick up along the way. I can say now, we did not get to play co-op, and I'm sure we'll talk about this a little bit more as we go in depth. So I basically had a single player experience going through playing Redfall, but I quite enjoyed my time. Had about hour and a half, hour 45 minutes hands-on time being able to play it, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the open world of Redfall. It is dense, is probably the best description that I can give it, where you look at the map and you think, maybe the map isn't that big, but you're on foot, and when you're actually in the world.
Right, and that's just a small taste of the preview. Again, just if you're seeing a trend, there's always this rosy picture, right? And there may not be in a preview specifically. There may be more, they may be more negative previews out there, but a lot of times these mainstream media know how to word things that make it look better than what it is. They are educated, they are trained, and this is why they get copies for many of these big publishers, because they expect this as a result. Not that they ask for it, but they deliver, so they continue to give them access. Now here's the review.
That's why it's called access journalism.
It is time to talk about one of the big first-party titles from Xbox and Bethesda dropping this year. I'm going to go around the room. Let's give our short, of course, impressions and review. We'll go to the Kind of Funny 5-point scale review. Paris Lilly, I'll start with you. Give me your quick thoughts on Redfall.
Oh, no!
This is a 2 out of 5.
Bad! That's a bad on the Kind of Funny scale.
Yeah.
So there you go. Again, from preview to review. And this trend continues.
Again, maybe they didn't receive the check.
To the actual YouTube for Avowed previews, and I'm going to show you all the titles for Avowed previews.
Bethesda forgot to send them their check.
Avowed is nothing like Skyrim, and that's a good thing. Hands-on preview, new gameplay. So I played Avowed early again, positive mostly. Okay, for Mr. Matty Plays. Avowed is full of discoveries and the freedom to find them or not. So it's a choice game, right? New Avowed, I played 8 more hours, is not what I thought. I've played early review. Turns out very positive in this case. Avowed could be the next Skyrim. Very positive in this case. So far, I'm extremely into Avowed. Skill up. Only played 6 hours of this game, and so therefore it's one of those reviews where if you don't read into it, you won't know exactly what he's saying. Okay? It goes on and on and on and on and on, and they're positive. Is it positive? And a positive and a positive and a positive and is it possible that Avowed will be a great game? Yes. Will it be Skyrim?
Yes, there is a possibility that it could be a great game. It could even be better than Skyrim.
Probably janky. And there's going to be bugs, and there's going to be clip-ins.
But it really depends.
And then technical performances and optimization issues. And the list goes on and on and on. And you can't tell that from a preview. And it's not all their fault either. And yet they continue to make the same mistakes that they apologize in the past for. And the whole point of this video is for you to...
Maybe because during the preview, they got benefits.
Whether they say...
Right? They got access, so they would...
for all their other incentives.
Talk about it in a positive light, and then once the game is released, because
that content could be negative, but if it is, companies
they never got anything else, and now they could say what they really mean, or what they really feel, unless of course the check cleared.
Because that only benefits them and the publishers in the end. And it's not a lie, because in Anthem's case, the combat and the flying was fantastic, right? In Avowed's case, I'm sure there's aspects of this game that are truly fantastic. In Redfall, there was, the thematics of vampires and stuff was fantastic. But one thing does not make a great game. It's all of it. And you can't see that in a preview. And therefore, I think previews should be discontinued because they are misleading and they lie to you as a customer. And on Pick a Platform, I am trying to give you the most transparent, the most knowledgeable information so you can make the best.
That is why you wait for the game is released and actual game reviews are out. And your favorite game reviewer that you can trust actually reviewed and played the game. That way you'll know whether it's worth your money or not. Unless of course you're Elon Musk and you can just buy anything without but still, even if you're rich, even if you have a lot of money, you don't have to buy games that are not good, and games that are not for you, and games made by game developers that are vocal in their hatred of you. Again, I'm pretty sure this is my first time watching a video from Pick a Platform. First time seeing it. YouTube is recommending it. I guess it's on my front page. Let's see here. We have instant D&D woke safe space. They think you are stupid. CD Projekt Red mocks gamers. Ooh, okay. This sounds interesting. Let's see. How did CD Projekt Red mocked gamers? I want to know.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jeremy Wormy. I'm coming at you with another video. And long gone are the days of CD Projekt Red being a bastion of just fantastic, beautiful video games. And we have hearkened in the air.
Well, sadly, the only constant is change.
aggressive video game company that just exists solely to push an agenda first and foremost over any actual storytelling.
Here's the thing, guys. If you are woke, you support pedophilia.
Come over here. CD Projekt Red,
Yeah.
your experience.
There's no getting around it, unfortunately. If you support wokeness or woke ideology, you support pedophilia. And that is disgusting.
But it does not look good because we saw IGN tweet out The Witcher 4 has
Because it's all about breaking taboos.
Yeah, you're worried about any
And one of the
being
last taboos that needs breaking is,
have not learned a single thing since the election of Donald
you know what I mean? You know what pedophilia is.
quadrupling down on the message over
What else? There are no more taboos when it comes to modern civilization.
excited over it. The Witcher series is one of my favorite game series. CD Projekt Red is too deep into DEI/ESG bullish.
And that's why children must be protected. If you are a parent, you have kids,
CD Projekt Red's own Twitter
you don't want to be woke.
touting the fact
Because if you're woke,
diverse
you support pedophilia,
for
and you're okay for child predators to target your kids.
fourth edition of
It's disgusting. You're disgusting. Wokeness is disgusting.
video
It's not about
approach to ESG and
It's not about
website
Christianity or anything. It's just disgusting.
own ESG website where they talk all about their sustainability projects. So yes, this is all over their own promotional material, their own marketing, their own sites. And we get Max Osapovsky coming in right here and dropping two little emojis. One is laughing emoji and the other one's clown. Laughing at her and calling her a clown for her own beliefs. Attacking her and deriding her. That's how I take that. I don't take it as a shut up, as she so eloquently does. I take it as he's mocking her. He's making fun of her. He's calling her nothing more than a clown. But she responded, wow, that's very professional of you. You know I'm a customer, and more than that, a fan of the Witcher series. And you're a senior experienced designer for CD Projekt Red. Are you sexist too, telling a woman to shut up and calling her a clown? Now, I'd say he's calling you a clown and laughing at you, not telling you to shut up, but what she said there is actually true. Very professional of a lead designer, a senior experienced designer at CD Projekt Red, to come out here and openly mock a fan, openly mock a customer for saying her own concerns. Wow, that's very professional of you, right? Well, he continues. Immediate allegations along with misinterpreting. Just wow. What's there supposed to be misinterpreted there? What's supposed to be misinterpreted from that remark? You laughed at her, because that's what this emoji is. It's not to tell you to shut up. It's laughing at you and then calling you a clown. What are we misinterpreting there? Because they're emojis.
See?
They're interpretable.
It's really mind-boggling, right?
All you're doing is showing
These companies, these gaming studios,
taking away from that.
they hate their customers. And then when the customers don't buy their products
laughing at her
or games, they cry and blame the customers. Oh my goodness.
maybe telling
What?
her to shut up. There's maybe a misinterpretation.
What else can you describe that besides
You're calling her a clown. So there's
either it's moronic, it's stupid, or insane?
allegations at this point, and behavior like this post only proves we are.
That's why, guys, you don't give your money to companies that hates you.
Back and forth should never have happened, because
It'll just empower them. Oh, look at them. We mock them, we insult them, we make fun of them, we give them crap, and still they're giving us their money.
so allegations.
We can do anything.
Now let's say
We can keep feeding them crap, and they'll continue giving us money.
anything, and you're a senior designer for CD Projekt Red. mocking a
Please stop doing that.
what is coming out in the next game. You shouldn't have opened your mouth to begin with. All this is your own doing right now, and you're openly laughing at her. You're laughing at fans that share these concerns. You're laughing at people that think this way. You're laughing at customers. Oh, but he didn't stop there. We get one more. I'm sorry. I'm not going to engage in this conversation further. No matter what I say, it will be misinterpreted to prove whatever point you'd like to prove, assuming that everyone should immediately know one's gender on the web and make an attack based on that is simply wrong. Well, says right here, Celtic, Norsen, pagan, married, a Christian, pro-cannabis woman, gamer. Says in her bio. I mean, you guys like to put in your she, her pronouns all in your bio and then get mad when we don't respond to your bio. So there's that. So that argument flies out the window with your own ideology. And then when we actually, dig a little deeper, not going to...
I would be very concerned about that person, because obviously that person is woke. So there is a chance that that person is also a PDF file.
There to misinterpret. There's no exit strategy other than you.
There is no going around it. If you're woke, you support PDF file. You support PDFphilia.
Care about its gamers because they don't.
No going around it.
At this point, CD Projekt Red only cares about woke ideology, ESG, DEI. All of this stuff is what they care more about than actually producing a good game. And when somebody has concerns about that,
Inclusion is a lie, because it's actually bigotry. They are bigots.
You denigrate the customer. You denigrate
because if you don't agree with them, you are excluded. That is their idea.
Over the past several years, doing this to your fan base.
Excuse me, that is their idea of inclusion.
Shovel out money to your games that made you billions.
They just use words because it sounds good.
You treat like they don't matter.
It makes them sound, it makes them look righteous and virtuous. But their implementation of it is
high-end company
totally different from what the meaning or definition of the word.
To give you money and to support you and to prop you up. That's what got you there. And this
again, just don't give them your money.
Treat them like garbage.
Do not give them your money. And before you buy the games, wait for your favorite content creator to actually play and review the game, so that you won't waste your time and money.
With how they treat the customer.
Remember, guys, there are like thousands of games getting released every day, and I'm pretty sure an indie game developer will appreciate your money more than any of these gaming studios or this woke game studios that supports pedophilia and hates you.
Bye for now.
Just look at Blue Sky. So I had an account. It was really inactive. I haven't really used it, and then Blue Sky came out again. It became a hot sauce. So I went to see if my account was there or was still there. Yeah, it was still there. So I'm also posting there what I usually find in X and reposting it in Blue Sky. And guess what? They haven't banned my account, because I guess the reason for that is I'm really a nobody. But if you have a decent following and you post something like there are only two sexes, male and female, and the others are basically just insanity. And again, if you have some kind of popularity, you'll be immediately reported and your account there's a big chance that it'll go away. But because again, I'm literally a nobody, my account is still up there. I even pinned, if you go to my account in Blue Sky, I even pinned the definition of a woman. And my account is still there. Anyway, guys, going to end the stream here. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and if you did, please consider following the channel in Rumble. Also streaming this right now in YouTube and Twitch. I'm having problems again connecting to Kick. So if you're in YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel in YouTube and follow the channel in Twitch. But if you can, I would really appreciate it and recommend that you go to Rumble, find my channel, and follow the channel there. I really want to grow my channel in Rumble because I don't really see any future in YouTube anymore. Nor Twitch, unfortunately. I'm not sure if Rumble is shadow banning channels, but as they claim, Rumble's claim is that it's a free speech channel. So I guess there is very little chance of my channel getting shadow banned. Unlike in YouTube, where I got a few community guidelines strike for the word mercenary. Imagine that. Mercenary. There was a game called Mercenary Online back in the day. I had a few gameplay videos of Mercenary Online, and for some weird reason, years later, those videos got flagged, and I got a few community guidelines strike. Not a copyright strike, but community guidelines strike, and it was for the title of the video. Really weird. I guess it's the AI or the algorithm doing it. Maybe they updated their algorithm back then, and it was a false flag. Of course, I appealed the strikes, and now they're gone. So most probably those were errors made by the algorithm. Anyway, guys, see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.